Hey, Chris.
Hey Kyle, I have the new Silentwings 3 here. I think you're gonna love them.
Nice. Can't wait to check these out. Thanks.
By the way, my car broke down and I was wondering if you... Kyle?
What the? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Don't, no. What's happening?
Hey, be quiet in here.
Oh.
Kyle wasn't prepared to be blown away by the new Silentwings 3 fans from Be Quiet. Are you? For a cooler, quieter system, click on the link in the description for more info. What's up, guys? Today I'm checking out a custom GP104 card from MSI. This is the Gaming X GTX 1080, and it's been fitted with the latest Twin Frozr 6 cooler to achieve lower temperatures, improved acoustics, and higher overclocks than NVIDIA's GTX 1080 Founders Edition, which we won't be able to make a direct comparison to today because, like an idiot, I water-cooled the only one I had, rendering it fashionably useless. I would have fired myself for incompetence, but I hate confrontation. Rest assured, I'm in the process of obtaining a second Founders Edition for future reviews, and we will be taking a look at this card's gaming performance across 7 different applications. Before we dive into the benchmarks though, here's a quick look at the specs of MSI's card, which show a fairly aggressive factory overclock when using the OC mode in MSI's gaming app. This setting takes the base clock to 1706 MHz and the boost to 1847 MHz. That's a 114 MHz gain over the Founders Edition out of the box. Not inside the box though. We don't know what happens inside the box. The memory clock also sees a bump to 10,108 MHz, while the other specs stay true to the reference model, including the 8 generous gigabytes of GDDR5X on a 256-bit bus. Now I'm going to refrain from discussing the card's cooler in depth today, since I've already covered the Twin Frozr X extensively in my Gaming X GTX 1070 review, but there are some features worth reiterating. For starters, the fans only spin up once the GPU exceeds 60 degrees Celsius, so the card will stay silent until you attack her with a heavy load. Demonetized! The cooler spans 279mm long and has a significant height of 140mm, which can pose potential clearance issues in exceptionally compact small form factor chassis. MSI has added some LEDs on the card to keep 12-year-olds from rioting, and the lights can be configured or disabled in the gaming software. You also get a lovely metal backplate with ample ventilation. On the side of the card is an 8-pin and 6-pin power plug, which allows for greater OC stability, and finally you get the usual assortment of display outputs for DVI, HDMI 2.0B, and 3 DisplayPort 1.3. Powering up the card, I was able to manually push the clock speed past its factory overclock with a 150 MHz offset, taking our max core clock speed to 2075 MHz. I was pleased to see our GPU maintain this frequency with no signs of thermal throttling, and I reckon we could have easily hit 2.1 GHz with some minor overvolting, assuming they had permission from their parents. Apart from being a solid overclocker, the card stayed wonderfully cool, never topping 72 degrees Celsius under load. That's just 2 degrees warmer than MSI's GTX 1070 and 4 degrees cooler than EVGA's GTX 1080 for the win per my review. What's equally impressive is that the Twin Frozr 6 keeps thermals in check at very little expense to the acoustics. Clearly, the card is whisper quiet and still manages to stay 10 degrees cooler than the GTX 1080 Founders Edition. This one doesn't count. For testing, all applications were run on my X99 Broadwell E testbed with a 6950X at 4300 MHz, 32 gigs of DDR4 at 3800, and an Asus X99 Strix motherboard rocking the 372.54 Wickel driver on Windows 10. On that note, let's see how the Gaming X GTX 1080 fared in today's tests. So there you guys have it. As you might expect, the GTX 1080 completely obliterates the frame rates at sub 4K resolutions, topping 100 FPS at 1440p in 3 of the 5 games tested. While it's not the 4K 60 FPS behemoth that is the Titan X, it still did hit 60 FPS or higher in the majority of games, which is nothing to scoff at. Overall, I'm really happy, not just with the performance of this card, but its exceptional cooling and acoustic profile. Throw in some additional features like LEDs and a reinforced backplate, and MSI has seemed to check all the boxes for what a solid aftermarket GPU should entail. On a final note, the pricing of this card is super jacked up on Amazon at the moment, so if you are going to pull the trigger, you might want to try out Newegg, where it's about $100 cheaper. But that's going to do it for now, guys, so for all of you GTX 1080 owners out there, let us know in the comments which board partner you're currently using and how it's been treating you so far. Before you guys go, don't forget to toss me a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and check the description below for some awesome shirts depicting PC parts in peril. As always, thank you guys for watching, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video.